will be based on analysis of UPSC ESE 2022 mains paper. So as the title of the video suggests, so let's share the link first in different groups so that aspirants will be able to join. Kindly wait till then. I hope that will bear fruits. थोड़ा रुक जाइए, मैं ये लिंक जल्दी जल्दी शेयर कर देता हूँ अलग अलग ग्रुप में, ताकि एस्पिरेंट ज्वाइन हो पाए और ये लाइव स्ट्रीम को देख पाए. Okay, in some of the groups. I'm sorry for the delay. Interruption, it happens like in the place where I'm currently posted. I'm currently staying. There are a lot of network interruptions. So without any further delay, let me continue sharing the link so that it reaches more and more aspirants and they can join this live stream. Okay. Just let me share fast. Yeah, I went off again due to some network problem, but I'm back and I'm continuing to share the link. So kindly join it again if you have left by chance in between. I'm extremely sorry for that is happening. Aspirants, I'm going to start the discussion now. So please join fast if you haven't joined yet. I'm just waiting for 1-2 more minutes. After that, I'll start the analysis and the discussion that follows. So please join if you haven't joined. It's an important matter of discussion. So please, good attendance, na? Good participation. Good number of viewers at least to start the live stream. Okay, so as very few viewers are there, I can't, I think, wait any further. So I have to start the discussion. As the title of the video suggests that this discussion will be related to ESE 2022, UPSC ESE 2022 mains exam analysis. So UPSC ESE Engineering Services 2022 was conducted around 1 month ago by Union Public Service Commission on 26th of June 2022, this year, exactly 1 month ago, and it was conducted in 4 branches: electrical, mechanical, civil, and electronics and telecommunication. So in this video I'll be discussing the related to electrical engineering, both the papers, paper 1, paper 2, in the upcoming few minutes. So paper 1 of ESE 2022 mains, as we as aspirants know, it consists of the non-technical subjects, mostly like computer fundamentals, networks and fields, measurements, digital and analog electronics, then digital and analog electronics, networks and fields, engineering mathematics, and electrical engineering materials, computer fundamentals. Yeah, more or less these subjects. It contains programming also, under computer fundamentals, and measurements and other things which I mentioned. These are the subjects that are included. So this year's paper, as I could analyze, was a bit, what to say, questions were a bit unconventional this time actually, because what we see, the kind of questions from the different topics are asked, this time it was a bit different. Like many questions were asked from computer fundamentals suddenly, and there are some questions from good tricky questions from theoretical questions from measurements also, like Q meter, direct question was there. Apart from that, there were questions from this different layers of the TCP/IP model that comes in computer networks, and there were questions from analog and digital electronics also, analog especially, that were a bit calculative. Not that tough, but a bit calculative. Apart from that, network theory questions were simple, fairly simple. Like a question was there from Thevenin's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem, and these things were there mostly. Let's check once. Then there was one question from two-port networks. Okay. Then there are many questions from this topic, like electrical engineering materials. Electrical engineering students are not that much familiar with. They don't study in that much depth. So, like from piezo electricity and ferroelectricity. Then there are many questions from different kinds of materials, like zinc, structure of zinc, diamond, like this. So, and there were questions from these topics, mainly from electrical engineering materials, in which it's a bit difficult to score marks, because the questions are not were easy, straightforward, but they require theoretical knowledge that the aspirants are not that much well versed with. उतना पता नहीं होता एस्पिरेंट्स को, जैसे मटेरियल साइंस ये सब सब्जेक्ट्स उतना अच्छे से पढ़ते नहीं हैं. ज़्यादातर तो गेट के लिए ही ज़्यादा तैयारी करते हैं. ASE भी उसके साथ जो एक्स्ट्रा होता है वो ऐड होता है, वो बस पढ़ लेते हैं थोड़ा बहुत. लेकिन इस बार क्या हो गया, तो वो इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग मटेरियल्स वाले सारे सब्जेक्ट से बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आ गए जो कि थियोरिटिकल उतना पढ़ते नहीं है स्टूडेंट्स. तो उसमें क्या है कि मार्क्स कम स्कोर होने का एक गुंजाइश बनती है कि देर इज अ चांस ऑफ लो स्कोर ड्यू टू दीज क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम दीज थियोरिटिकल टॉपिक्स, like electrical engineering materials. Then many questions were there from computer networks coming under computer fundamentals. Like as I said, the distinguish between high level language, low level language, machine cycle, instruction cycle, memory mapped IO and IO mapped IO. Then there are questions from TCP/IP, OSI, network architecture. Then there were questions from in analog electronics. There were questions from JFET. Then there were questions from these things, like there were questions from MOSFET amplifier also, and some questions were from combination logic. In material science, there are questions from electrical engineering materials. There are questions from contact potential and PN junction also. So in measurements there were questions from CT and difference between CT and power transformer. Then there were questions from like AC bridges. Then and there were questions from moving iron voltmeter and this potentiometer. So questions were balanced. They were framed from all the, they were asked from all the different topics. सब अलग अलग टॉपिक से क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था. ऐसा नहीं था कि क्वेश्चन किसी एक टॉपिक से या फिर कुछ एक पार्ट से या एक सब्जेक्ट से ज़्यादा पूछ लिया. क्वेश्चंस डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड थे, लेकिन क्वेश्चंस में बहुत कुछ थियोरेटिकल था. जैसे क्यू मीटर भी पूछ लिया था मेजरमेंट्स में. क्यू मीटर वन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम प्रैक्टिकल क्यू मीटर of 20 marks. Now, suddenly it is not expected that 20 marks question will come from practical Q meter, when generally numerical questions are asked, but this time suddenly theoretical questions were asked from many subjects. नेटवर्क से भी ठीक ठाक था क्वेश्चंस. मैथ से इंजीनियरिंग मैथ से भी क्वेश्चंस थोड़ा अलग था, हटके था. मतलब रिग्रेशन से क्वेश्चन आ गया था, प्रोबेबिलिटी डेंसिटी से, रेसिड्यू थ्योरम टू इट्स ओके, आइगन वैल्यूज एंड आइगन वेक्टर्स इन लीनियर अलजेब्रा मैट्रिसेस question was there. So overall paper was good, I mean balanced with respect to all the subjects, but as the weightage of theory subjects were more in paper 1 of ESE Mains 2022 electrical engineering, I think it will, in my opinion, it will go a bit low scoring this time. Lower scoring, I mean, out of 300, good score will be considered maybe 160, 170 plus. And like that. Because the question, most of the questions that, the topic from which most of the questions came, the aspirants were not that much familiar with the theory of that topic. Theory से उतना परिचित नहीं थे स्टूडेंट्स. जो जिस थ्योरी से, जिस टॉपिक से क्वेश्चन आया उस टॉपिक्स के थ्योरी से, सब्जेक्ट्स की थ्योरी से, जैसे इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग मटेरियल्स हो गया, कंप्यूटर फंडामेंटल्स हो गया, फिर मेजरमेंट्स हो गया, एनालॉग का भी कुछ कुछ है. और तो यही सब था मेनली पेपर 1 में. तो इन माय ओपिनियन इट विल गो अ बिट लो स्कोरिंग. 160, 170 plus marks will be considered decent in paper 1. And now let us move on to paper 2. Paper 2, as we all know, consists of the core subjects of mostly of electrical engineering, like mainly power systems, power electronics and drives, electrical machines, then control systems, then one communications, analog and digital communication subject is also there from EC actually, that is. And other than that, analog electronics is also there, some part. And so these are the topics mostly that are there in paper 2. These are subjects that are also there in paper 2. And yeah, so paper 2 subjects, I mean all the subjects were touched upon. Okay, microprocessor, one question is also there. Signal systems is also there in paper 1, I forgot to mention. Paper 2, sorry. Signal systems also there in paper 2. Signal systems, control systems, power electronics and drives, electrical machines, and communication, analog and digital. So these are the mostly, more or less the subjects that are in paper 2. So from these subjects, questions were, I mean, lengthy, but not that much tough. Like if you could properly utilize the time given, 3 hours for answering the 5 questions, 250 to 260 marks could be attempted easily. And out of that, getting 200, 190, 200, I think will be considered a decent score. 190 से 200 मार्क्स किया जा सकता था मतलब स्कोर, और अटेम्प्ट लिया जा सकता था 250-60 का ठीक ठाक, अगर टाइम मैनेज किया जाए तो इस पेपर में किया जा सकता था अटेम्प्ट. तो ओवरऑल अगर कोई ठीक से टाइम मैनेज करके चलता है शुरू से और एम रखता है कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन बना लिया जाए टाइम में, तो वो उसके लिए बहुत मुश्किल नहीं होगा इस पेपर में 250 260 मार्क्स अटेंड करना मुश्किल नहीं रहा होगा 250 260 मार्क्स अटेंड करना, और कर ही लिया होगा। और उसमें से आई थिंक 200 210 तक अगर आ जाता है तो बहुत ही अच्छा रहेगा। इट विल बी वेरी गुड, it will be very, I mean, advantageous for the next, if he aspires for final selection. So in my opinion, okay, let me now discuss the difficulty level of the different subjects, questions of different subjects, questions that came. Firstly, let me start with control systems. Control systems had questions from all the topics, like different topics, like state space questions were there. Then there are questions from this velocity error and all those things, state error that comes in time domain analysis. Then there was questions from this mechanical systemic analog also, like control system, mechanical vibratory system. Then transfer function questions, like second order filter is given and so analysis. Then based on op amps, some questions were there. And then basic characteristic question given, very simple question, like based on Routh-Hurwitz criterion was also there. And like one question was there from Nyquist criterion also in control systems. So it was all it covered all the topics of control system, सब टॉपिक कवर किया गया था कंट्रोल सिस्टम से। एक बैलेंस्ड पेपर जैसे होना चाहिए कि सब सब्जेक्ट्स, एक सब्जेक्ट के हर टॉपिक को लगभग टच करने की कोशिश करे, तो वैसा ही था पेपर। नेक्स्ट कमिंग ऑन टू इलेक्ट्रिकल मशीन्स, क्वेश्चन वर देयर फ्रॉम ट्रांसफॉर्मर, देन क्वेश्चन वॉज देयर फ्रॉम 3-phase इंडक्शन मोटर, one question was there shunt motor, one question was there long shunt, cumulative differential compound. One question, very good question, was there from start delta start transformer in compulsory section B of paper 2. Then there were questions from other topics also, like 3-phase induction motor. Another question was also there. Synchronous motor question was also there from synchronous motor. So overall, auto transformer also question was there. So more or less all the different machines were covered actually. तो सब मशीन से ही क्वेश्चन, कुछ ना कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था। ऐसा नहीं कुछ किसी मशीन को छोड़ दिया, बाकी सबसे बाकी किसी एक से या दो से सब पूछ लिया। सिंक्रोनस से भी आया था, इंडक्शन मशीन से भी आया था, ट्रांसफार्मर से भी आया था, डीसी मशीन से भी आया था, सब मशीन्स को कवर कर गया था मतलब इस पेपर में। तो क्वेश्चंस भले उतना टफ नहीं था, लेकिन दे वर समवट लेंथी इन टर्म्स ऑफ कैलकुलेशन। सो एनीवे इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मैनेज टाइम, and if someone is able to solve the questions correctly, numerical questions especially, because it is required to be correctness is required, and otherwise it leads to heavy penalization of marks if final answer is wrong. So care had to be taken related, especially with calculations. So if you attempt numerical questions, it is a bit difficult to be correct, answer them correctly. So that had to be taken care of while answering. Now coming on to the next subject, अगले सब्जेक्ट पे आते हैं, वो है पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स। पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में भी एंड ड्राइव्स में भी, पावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड ड्राइव्स एक्चुअली द कंबाइंड सब्जेक्ट इज। तो क्वेश्चंस वर फ्रॉम दैट आल्सो वेर वेरी मच बैलेंस्ड, like single phase full bridge control rectifier was fully control rectifier question was there. Another question was there from inverter, simple like single phase bridge inverter. Another question was there from separately excited DC motor with DC chopper. Okay, so more or less, I mean, very good coverage of all the different parts of the subject. One question was there from like a transistor, user switch in power electronics. Like, semiconductor devices, that topic actually, in power electronics, that was also covered. तो लगभग सब अलग अलग टॉपिक से, बहुत अलग अलग टॉपिक से क्वेश्चंस पूछ लिया गया एक्चुअली. तो एस्पिरेंट्स को ये ध्यान में रखना चाहिए अगली बार जो भी अपेयर हो रहे होंगे हैं कि वो सब टॉपिक्स कवर करके ही जाएं एग्ज़ाम देने से पहले. ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ टॉपिक बहुत अच्छे से कर लिए बाकी सब टॉपिक छोड़ दिया, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि दिख ही रहा है इस बार कि सब टॉपिक्स टच किया गया है थोड़ा बहुत, कम या ज़्यादा, लेकिन more or less questions are have been asked from each and every topic of the subjects. We have already discussed control systems. I have already discussed control systems, electrical machines, and power electronics so far. Coming on to power systems questions were there from tuned power lines, transmission lines, like T model, pi model, pi method, nominal pi. Apart from that, state limit, stability limit, one question was there, and this Peaks formula that is used to find corona loss, one question was there directly on that. Apart from that, one question was there from like load flow analysis and Y bus, formation of Y bus. How is Y bus formed if the impedances and shunt admittances are given? Line impedance and shunt admittance are given. How to form the Y bus? That was a very quite basic and easy, but it was the calculation. It involved lengthy calculation. Lengthy calculation इसमें involved था. तो ओवरऑल क्वेश्चंस इजी थे, लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत टाइम लगता है सॉल्व करने में. तो यही था पावर सिस्टम से. उसमें भी लगभग हर टॉपिक, अलग अलग टॉपिक्स कवर कर लिया गया था, ट्रांसमिशन लाइन से लेते हुए स्टेडी स्टेट स्टेबिलिटी लिमिट, फिर वाई बस, लोड फ्लो, मोर और लेस थोड़ा बहुत सब टॉपिक्स कवर कर लिया गया है. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट कमिंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट सब्जेक्ट विच इज़ signals and systems. Signals and question came from analog filter design, in like digital analog filter digital filter conversion question was there. Other than that, question was there from Laplace transform pairs, like if xs is the Laplace transform of some single xt, then x of 2s, s plus 4 into xs, like this. Different functions of s were given and you need to find the inverse Laplace transform if Laplace transform of one signal is given. And then there were questions from like this Fourier transform also. So more or less like Z transform also, convolution in discrete domain using Z transform. So more or less questions were distributed from signal systems also. सिग्नल में क्वेश्चन डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड था, जेट ट्रांसफॉर्म, फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म, लैप्लेस ट्रांसफॉर्म, तो हर तरह का ट्रांसफॉर्म पूछ ही लिया गया एक तरह से सिग्नल सिस्टम से. तो और क्या और कौन सब्जेक्ट बचा? हाँ सर, कम्युनिकेशन से जितना दिख रहा है एक ही क्वेश्चन था, वो मॉड्यूलेशन के ऊपर बेस्ड, एनालॉग मॉड्यूलेशन, एनालॉग कम्युनिकेशन में. और उसके साथ एक क्वेश्चन दिया था 805 माइक्रोप्रोसेसर से, वन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम 805 माइक्रोप्रोसेसर. That was from microprocessor, and one question came from analog communication. No question was there from digital communication in paper 2, fortunately. And next subject is say analog and digital electronics. Questions were there from op-amps, op-amp circuits, finding the transfer function and all. One question was there from truth table of input logic gates. That was very simple. And then standard POS form if one logical Boolean expression is given. Apart from that, more or less that was all from analog and digital communication, that comes in paper 2 as well. So as I can analyze, जैसे मैं देख सकता हूँ एनालाइज करके कि ये जो पेपर था ट्राई किया है कि सब सब्जेक्ट्स के सब टॉपिक्स को टच किया जाए, और क्वेश्चंस भी उतना आसान, बहुत ही आसान नहीं था. कुछ क्वेश्चंस था थोड़ा डायरेक्ट स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, लेकिन मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस रिक्वायर्ड सम गुड नॉलेज ऑफ सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चंस. इट इज़ नॉट दैट यू विल जस्ट सी द क्वेश्चन एंड सॉल्व इट. तो थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा इन डेप्थ नॉलेज भी चाहिए और कवरेज भी होना बहुत ज़रूरी है सब टॉपिक्स का, किसी सब्जेक्ट का में. तो ओवरऑल अगर कोई सब टॉपिक्स कवर करके जाता है सब सब्जेक्ट्स का जो सिलेबस में है, 6 सब्जेक्ट्स हैं मोस्ट प्रोबेबली इन पेपर 2, तो और प्रैक्टिस भी बहुत अच्छा रखता है पहले से, क्योंकि प्रैक्टिस के बिना अच्छा कवरेज होके भी कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि टाइम भी एक बहुत बड़ा फैक्टर है। 3 आवर्स में 300 मार्क्स अटेम्प्ट करना, अटेम्प्ट तो पूरा होता नहीं है किसी से भी, लेकिन फिर भी 250 260 270 तक का तो टारगेट रखना चाहिए अटेम्प्ट का, तभी जाके 200 210 तक मार्क्स आता है। तो उतना अटेम्प्ट करने के लिए बहुत अच्छा प्रैक्टिस चाहिए और कवरेज तो चाहिए ही, सिलेबस का पूरा अच्छे से तैयार होके जाना पड़ेगा, सब कुछ पढ़ के जाना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद प्रैक्टिस करके जाना पड़ेगा, टाइम बाउंड प्रैक्टिस टाइम के साथ, तभी जाके ठीक ठाक अटेम्प्ट हो पाएगा इस पेपर में। नहीं तो ऐसा लगेगा कि टाइम कम पड़ गया, इतना पढ़ के गए फिर भी उसका कोई फ़ायदा नहीं हुआ, और अगर कुछ छोड़ के जाते हैं तब तो वो भारी पड़ने वाला है। जैसे कि मैंने बोला है कि सब अलग अलग टॉपिक से क्वेश्चंस पूछा गया था, तो क्वेश्चंस वर वेरी मच डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड फ्रॉम ऑल द टॉपिक्स ऑफ द डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स। So if you skip any topic and go, you may find it difficult to answer all the questions in the first place. And even if you answer all the questions, you may find that you are not able to answer any part or sub part से, तो और कॉन्फिडेंस भी चाहिए करेक्टली आंसर करने के लिए, और करेक्ट आंसर नहीं हुआ तो कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है, मतलब फ़ायदा है, थोड़ा बहुत मार्क्स मिलेगा लेकिन बहुत मार्क्स डिडक्ट हो जाएगा, कट जाएगा मार्क्स, क्योंकि क्वेश्चंस भी बहुत मार्क्स कैरी करते हैं, क्वेश्चंस 12 मार्क्स 10 मार्क्स 20 मार्क्स। सो अगर पूरा अच्छे से प्रोसेस नहीं पता हो सॉल्व करने का तब तो नहीं हो पाएगा सॉल्व, कुछ आगे जाके फंस जाएंगे, विल गेट स्टक in between while solving if you are not thorough with the concepts of the all the topics of the different subjects. And as the paper was well distributed, between the different topics of the different subjects, the aspirant who is seriously preparing and aiming for to crack this exam needs to go with a very good preparation and coverage of all the subjects. And if someone doesn't do that, if he concentrates or focus more on one or a few particular topics of one subject, then he may face struggle because of that. As the questions are distributed, you have to have a similar be prepared in that way and go with that kind of preparation that is being asked for by UPSC. तो पेपर 2 का एनालिसिस मैं तो ये बोलूँगा कि क्वेश्चंस इतना डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड और इतना अच्छा फ्रेम होने के कारण थोड़ा इजी है भले ही, लेकिन अटेम्प्ट कर पाना सब कुछ बहुत मुश्किल है टाइम में। तो इन माय ओपिनियन, इफ समवन गोज द गुड प्रिपरेशन, ही कैन अटेम्प्ट 250 260 मार्क्स in this paper or more and land up with 200 210 marks, or maybe 190 to 200 or 200 210. That should be considered a good score in my opinion. अच्छा स्कोर मेरे हिसाब से 200 210 तक हो सकता है इस पेपर में, पेपर 2 में, और पेपर 1 का तो बता ही चुका हूँ 160 170। तो ओवरऑल इन मेंस ESE 2022 मेंस इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग, overall good score can be predicted to be around 360 to 370 in my opinion out of 600, and the cutoff of pre plus main can be expected to be around 580 to 600, considering the difficulty level, less number of vacancies this time, and other factors. So that was all the analysis related to this ESE 2022 mains papers, paper 1 and paper 2 of electrical engineering, from my point of view, from my perspective. So that is all for this video related to analysis of ESE 2022 mains paper electrical engineering. If you have any doubts or queries related to this topic, that is mains paper ESE 2022, or any other topic related to ESE preparation, you can feel free to let me know or share it in the live chat. Otherwise, I am going to end this live stream within very shortly, within 1 or 2 minutes maybe. Let me wait till then. तब तक मैं वेट करता हूँ. कोई अगर किसी का कोई डाउट है, कुछ क्वारी है इससे रिलेटेड जो डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ अभी, उससे ESE मेन 2022 मेन का पेपर से या फिर प्रिपरेशन से इन जनरल अबाउट ESE, तो प्लीज़ शेयर करें लाइव चैट में. मैं आंसर करने की कोशिश करूँगा. और अगर नहीं है तो इस लाइव चैट को और इस वीडियो को, लाइव स्ट्रीम को यहीं ख़त्म करना चाहूँगा. तो प्लीज़ आई एम वेटिंग फॉर अनदर 1 or 2 minutes. लेट मी सी. Okay, so as no questions are there coming up in live chat, I think maybe aspirants are not having questions as of now, or they are not having anything to ask related to this, the title of the video, subject of the video, subject matter of the video. And I hope this video will help you to know the analysis of ESE 22 mains electrical engineering papers 1 and paper 2, so that upcoming aspirants who are aiming for future years like 2023 and beyond can get a good idea of how to carry on with the preparation and how to approach this mains stage, how to get help from this analysis and prepare accordingly for the successive attempt in the upcoming years. And also the current aspirants who have appeared for this ESE 22 mains and aspiring for interview and selection, they also can get an idea, tentative idea or brief, more or less accurate idea of how the paper was and what to expect from this paper, and what should be considered a decent score and tentative cutoff, and more or less other information related to different subjects, weightage and all in detail as I have discussed. So I think it has helped any viewer who has watched the video right from the starting to the end, because I have tried to discuss and cover all the details related to analysis, detailed analysis, in-depth analysis of the ESE 2022 electrical engineering mains paper 1 paper 2 without leaving anything as far as possible. और मैंने कोशिश की है कि सब कुछ कवर करने का. तो कोई भी एस्पिरेंट अगर ये देखता है तो आशा करता हूँ बहुत फ़ायदा होने वाला है उसको. कोई अगर फ्यूचर एस्पिरेंट है, नहीं तो इस साल अगर किसी ने मेंस अटेम्प्ट किया है और आगे का सोच रहा है तो उसको एक रफ फेयर आइडिया मिल जाना चाहिए इसको देख के कि क्या कितना एक्सपेक्ट करना चाहिए और कितना मिलने से अच्छा माना जा सकता है और कैसा रहा है पेपर, या फिर आगे मतलब कितना होने से, कितना मार्क्स, कितना कैसा अटेम्प्ट होने से अपने आप को सेफ जोन में माना जा सकता है आगे के लिए, आगे के स्टेज के लिए, फाइनल सिलेक्शन के लिए. तो more or less that this was the analysis from my side, and as there are no questions coming up in live chat, I would like to end the live stream very soon. तो more or less मैंने सब कवर कर ही लिया है, बहुत बातचीत हो गई. ESE मेन 2022 मेन एनालिसिस एंड डिस्कशन से रिलेटेड. ESE मेन एनालिसिस थोड़ा अलग होता है प्रीलिम से, क्योंकि ये सब्जेक्टिव स्टेज होता है. तो इसमें हम लोग एग्जैक्टली मार्क्स तो हम लोग डिटरमाइन कर नहीं सकते कितना मिल सकता है, क्योंकि सबका स्ट्रिक्टनेस ऑफ चेकिंग थोड़ा अलग होता है, डिफ़र करता है. उसकी वजह से मार्क्स भी देखा जाता है कि एक तरह से नहीं होता है. मतलब कोई अगर स्ट्रिक्टली चेक करता है तो उसको कम मार्क्स आएगा, लीनियरली चेक करता है ज़्यादा मार्क्स आएगा. तो मार्क्स भी थोड़ा वेरी करता है जैसे एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं हम लोग उससे. more or less एक overall एक idea इस वीडियो से मिल जाना चाहिए. Aspirants would have got I think a good idea, a fair enough idea of how the paper would have been if they have watched the video so far. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and that's it from my side. And if you are an AITC aspirant, all the best for tomorrow's exam also. Like it is scheduled. So all the best wishes from my side for the upcoming AITC exam. If someone among the viewers is appearing for tomorrow or say 27th July. So thank you very much for being a part, watching, and that's it. Thank you. I am ending the live stream here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so one question has come up. I'm sorry. How many questions were there from micros? Only one question was there, Anupama. One question was there from of 10 marks from 805 microprocessor based on what is the function performed by the instructions. A few instructions were there. So one question only was asked of 10 marks from microprocessor in paper 2 of ESE 2022 mains electrical engineering. Any other question? I think no. Thank you. Any other question? If you have, please ask. Otherwise, it would be worth to conclude this live streaming and video related to analysis of ESE 2022 mains stage. So I think there are no more questions. I'm sorry I missed that question earlier, but somehow I took it. So thank you very much for being a part. Good night, and that's all from my side. All the best for your upcoming preparation, and best wishes. Thank you. Please keep supporting by liking and sharing this video if you found it useful. Thank you very much. I am ending the live stream now. Thank you.